It's a beautiful day for some DSA, and welcome back to the Cozy Club. Sorcerer Stones have dropped in Disney Sorcerers Arena, and it's changed a lot. Well, really just turn order and maybe a little offense and defense, but a lot. So stones coming to DSA is a big deal. Now, previously, we were held back to a character's limits, right? If my Hades was a T5 Hades and you had a T5 Hades, there's going to be no difference between those two characters. But now, if you're a defensive heavy guy or you want more speed, you know, like everyone else, or anything like that, it's really going to change and you get to pick how your character is going to behave in DSA. Now, what we want from DSA is even more synergy and variety, right, guys? And stones is a step in the right direction. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot and helps build this channel. And also, if you want to join the Discord, go ahead and see the description below. It's the best community in DSA, and I feel like every single time, every day, I leave learning something new from the Discord. All right, Cozy Club, so there's a lot to unpack here. So let's go ahead and go over the basics of stones. We're going to go ahead and go over the basics. We're going to look at all of the stones and look at which ones are the best ones, how to upgrade them, how to unlock them, and most importantly, what characters and which stones go best together. By the end of this video, you're going to learn every single thing you should know about stones, and you're going to be able to have some character recommendations to put those newly acquired stones on. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the stones. First, we're going to start with the red stones. Those are going to be your offense stones, right? Those are going to raise your attack power. After that, we have speed stones, the yellow stones that are, of course, going to raise your speed. Then we got the green stones, and that's going to raise recovery, which again, if you don't know what these stats are, go ahead and check out my stats video up above. That will help break down what each stat does within DSA. Now, purple stones are going to go ahead and rise the critical power of your characters, and blue stones are going to make them more fortified and more strong in the defense of your character. Orange stones are going to go ahead and raise the critical chance of your characters, and pink stones are going to make that maximum health increase. Now, a quick helpful and simplistic thought is the better your characters are in a certain stat, the more the stone is going to help said character, right? Easy enough. So Simba has amazing defense, right? He has some of the highest defense in the game. He heals more based on his defense. So obviously a defensive stone is going to benefit him the most rather than an attacker like Scar, who doesn't have a lot of defense. The 5, 10, 15% isn't going to really add too much to his overall defensive stat. All right, so I've prepared myself to face the comments and to see down below. But Cozy, speed stones are the only thing that matter. Cozy, speed stones are OP over and over, right? Here's the thing, guys. Yes, you're going to use speed stones for about 70% of your roster. However, you are probably and most likely and definitely going to get other stones in your inventory. So I want to look at with those stones, right? If you ran out of speed stones, what are the other best options? We'll get to that later on in the video. All right, so let's start on how to unlock stones. How do you get stones for your characters within DSA? And for now, the time being, you can either get the packs of stones that probably will come out more and more, or there's the new Sorcerer Trials, and let's go ahead and take a look at those. All right, now the first one we're going to have is the Ferocious Face-Off. This is how you're going to get Sorcerer coins, by defeating Mordu. And guys, I suspect that you need 5 wilds for this event, right? And I suspect that you're going to need 5 of each other factions to get some of the other stones, but let's just hope. Now, Glue, if you're hearing this, let's hope we don't have to get all Oceanic for speeds. There's only 5 Oceanic characters in the game right now. Davy Jones isn't even unlockable to most. Hopefully, we don't see Oceanic characters, am I right? Now, each tier you're going to go through, you get more Sorcerer coins and a chance at the designated Starlights that are a little RNG. Now, you start to really get rewards at level 2, but you need 4 wilds at 4 stars in T5 gear to get this going. So you guys want to go ahead and make sure, if you want these stones, focus on your wilds, get them up. Now, once you've beaten the tiers and you've gotten the coins, you can go ahead and shop to your heart's content. Well, or, you know, until you're out of coins to get speed stones, most likely. I recommend, obviously, guys, go ahead, get the speed stones first. We'll cover that more in here in a second. All right, now once you have your stones, you've unlocked them, the next thing you're going to do is let's go ahead and take a look at what each one does. They're all going to raise the stats by 5, 10, or 15%. However, the critical chance one is going to be 2, 4, and 6%. Now, 15% increase the speed is huge, but guys, you need to understand what exactly you need to give up to get a big regular stone. All right, guys, so a big thing is that you're going to go ahead and need to give up 50,000 coins, 3 of the chip stones, plus 100 faint starlights to even get up to the flawed stones. Now, the reason why this is such a kind of a tough decision is, would you rather have, let's say, 3 5% speed stones for your team or 1 10%? You're gonna have to give up those 3 stones for good, right? So what I recommend is you go ahead and live PvP and Sorcerer's Arena, go ahead and get your teams, your staples down, get stones for all of them, and then all the excess ones that you get, go ahead and start now breaking those apart, building bigger stones, and then put them back on your main team. Now, it's nice to go ahead and get a bunch of 5% out there. The good thing about 5% stones is that you can unequip and equip them all you want without anything really happening coin-wise. It's not going to cost you a thing. So it's nice to be able to unequip those. All right, let's go ahead and break down upgrading stones piece by piece. First, you're going to go ahead and have your basic stones. You're going to have the chip stones, the flaw stones, and the regular stones, right? But then on top of that, you have starlight. You have flawed starlight and regular starlight. All right, so you're going to use that main material, 3 of those main stones, plus the flawed or regular starlight with some money, and you're going to get yourself the next variation of stone. All right, so you have it on your main team. Now you want to upgrade to the regular stones. It's going to cost you 100,000 coins, 4 flawed stones, and 200 starlight. Now, if we break down all of this, it's going to go ahead and take 12 regular total stones plus 100 faint starlight and 200 starlight for 1 max stone. So guys, it is going to take some time to get those 15% stones or 6% stones in the case of critical chance, but it's going to be worth the wait. All right, now when you have your stones on your character, you're going to have the option to equip or unequip the stones. Now with the chip stones, you can go ahead, put those on any character you want, take them off all you want. The rent is free. However, once you get up to the more expensive stones like the flawed and the regular stones, it's going to start costing you some coin to undo these. Now when you're doing like conquest or you're doing live PvP, go ahead and switch up those stones all you want. In the tower, same thing, take them off your main team, put them to the people you're using in tower. However, just be careful to not put things like a 10% offensive stone, because you don't know if you're going to upgrade that pretty quickly, and it's going to end up costing you a good chunk of change. All right, now if you want to see the stones in action, go ahead and join me on Twitch, guys. Leave me a follow, subscribe, do whatever you want. We're going to be testing a lot of stones there, and we're also going to be trying them on different characters, different comp sets. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the top stones and start looking at each stone specifically and the best characters to put these on. Now, I'm going to try not to use the same character twice. We might do it a couple times, but again, guys, yes, I could say put a speed stone on everybody, and yes, I recommend putting a speed stone on most people. However, let's go ahead and get in depth and look at who we might want to change up and put other stones on, just in case you don't have enough of those speed stones, or other characters that will benefit completely from using other stones aside from speed. All right, we're going to go ahead and start off with the offensive stone, the attack stone. This is going to be one of the better stones under speed, right? You have speed, offense, and defense are both huge under speed. They're going to be doing a lot for your character rather than the other stones. Not so much. They still help, but offense and defense being the main ones. Now, the offensive stone, these are going to go on your heavy hitters. While it would be also benefit them to get a speed stone, the heaviest of hitters will also get a huge benefit from the attack stones. All right, now let's go ahead and look at the top 5 characters that would probably benefit the most out of these offensive stones. First one being Shan Yu. Having that head putt, getting an extra turn is really important, right? So getting more offense on him, he's gonna be pumping out more damage. Zerg is already so powerful of a character, and once you do Zerg Vision with an offensive stone, right, or Rapid Iron Blaster, either one, the amount of damage that comes out is incredible. He's not the fastest character in the game anyway. You know he's not going to go first. So if everybody has speed stones on, you might as well get the offensive stone on Zerg. Now, Genie Pew Pew is also good now. He does some great damage with his basic. He's a great choice for the offensive stone. Other ones being the Big Bad Wolf and Elastigirl. Now, if you don't know what to do with it, now go ahead and put them on any offensive character. They're all going to benefit pretty well from this because they have the highest attack stats in the game. All right, now speaking of speed, let's go ahead and talk about the best, the most sought after, the best stat in the game, and that's the speed stones. These little yellow devils is what everybody wants. It's so crucial to determine the turn order, and it's never a bad choice to really put on any character. So the faster the character gets, they're going to be able to do more abilities. If it's an attacker, it's going to hit more, support, heal more, so on. So a speed stone, you can't go wrong with on anyone because of that fact. We want to prioritize the speed stones, right? Because you can go ahead and get your crowd control out early. You can go ahead and get the damage out early. It's going to help everything flow a lot better in battle. So my favorite thing about the speed stones is now you can dictate the turn order, right? So previously everyone was going in the set order to the speed stat. However, now you can go ahead and let's say you want Kristoff to go before Dash guaranteed so that he can get the guaranteed crit on him, and you know the rest, right? So you'd get Kristoff to be faster, Dash to be a little slower, and now you can really just kind of dictate who goes first, and I love that. Now, looking at who to give the speed stones to, Dash, you know, he's not a bad option for the offensive stones, but you're going to want to get the speed stone on him. He's going to guarantee go first. Now, he's going to go ahead and get off his 2 big moves, crippling the enemy. Now, Mickey is another great option. He's got the turn meter reduction. He's got slow. Overall, Mickey's a great choice to put the speed meter on. With the Shan Yu boost already, he's going to be going fast and often. Now, Aladdin, again, another good character, right? It's these kingdom characters that you want to get even faster, push them higher than the bar that they already set. So Aladdin's going to be the next character that you want to put the speed stones on. All right, now looking at the last 2, Anna, which I wanted to put a recovery stone on Anna, but you can't because she doesn't have that stat. It actually won't let you. But Anna is a great choice. Get that haste out, get that offensive down. And then Davy Jones, go ahead, speed him up and get the huge hits from the silence that he does. And that's kind of his one trick pony move at the moment. So get that out and he'll probably die. Some honorable mentions, Jack Sparrow, he's great. And Jafar, they're going to be able to, charm and control the battle a lot faster. Jafar and Jack Sparrow already have good speed stats, so they are a good decision to put it on. Mulan as well. She can just help out with the Kingdom team even more with both of her abilities. Not a bad choice. And lastly, Jasmine. You get that early taunt. You got to try to match Kristoff, right? Because Kristoff now is going first all the time. Get Jasmine faster. She just got to buff up to her speed. Now she's going to be even faster. Get Raja out to take the hits. All right, guys, just remember the speed stones are going to be best on the fastest characters, right? You want to take advantage of their already fast speed, make them faster. Of course, everyone benefits from the speed stones. All right, guys, next we're going to move on to the blue stones being defense. And guys, defense is a super important stat in this game. And you know what? These stones are much more beneficial than the health stones, right? Because the defense stats are going to do so much more fortifying to your character than the little bit of extra health that you'll get. We'll get to health stones in a second. All right, so going to Kristoff being our first character we're going to want to put a defense stone on. And why is because he already gives himself a ridiculous amount of defense up. Add this with his good defense and a defense stone, and he's going to be even harder to kill, as if he wasn't hard enough. Am I right, Cozy Club? Now, next up, we're going to go to Simba. Simba's got the crazy passive. We talked about it earlier in the video. He heals more the more defense he has. The lower health he has, the more defense he has. So, of course, put a defense stone on Simba. I'm excited to put a max defense stone on Simba and see if I can make him work in some of the stronger teams. All right, next up, we're going to put Jasmine, the defense stone, up third. And the reason why is because Raja's stats are based off of hers. And since he starts with that defense up, he's going to have a higher defense than just about any other tank. And that's why you want to just capitalize on these stats. Make Jasmine harder to kill and Raja. Now, the last two is going to be Oogie Boogie and Monterey Jack. They both have great defense. A good choice to put on because they both have taunts. If you guys don't know who to put a defensive stone on and you don't have these characters, you want to go ahead and put them on your tanks, right? You want to make them harder to get killed. We talked about that in the stats video. Tanks rely on health and defense. So put the defense stones on your tanks and make them harder to kill. A quick note, guys, just because you don't have characters on here doesn't mean that they're not good, that I'm not putting them on here because the stone won't work well with them. Get creative. Put some thought into it. Look at the stats and then assign the stones. All right, let's go ahead and touch on the recovery stone. Now, right now, the recovery stones are, okay. It's going to help a healer heal more. And there's some characters that you really want to put them on, and most of them, not so much. Now, if they buff up healing, that's a different story. All right, now the first character we want to put a recovery stone on is going to be Dr. Facilier. And the reason why is obviously when anybody dies, he helps heal up. So you want to make that healing even stronger. Help yourself out in tower, help yourself out in live PvP, put a recovery stone on Dr. Facilier. To break down something to you guys, with recovery stones, yes, it helps you increase your health more, but crit chance stones are also going to make your health go up more because remember, you can crit both on health and attack. So for like Ariel, let's say, I think Ariel is a good decision to put a either or on. Yes, you're only doing, the healing ability and not the other two. But again, if you're out of options, go ahead, throw a recovery stone on her, help heal up your team. Now, Yzma and Baloo are also going to be some good options, with my favorite one being the fifth, and that's Violet. Now, Violet, I think is underrated. She's the shot caller for the Incredibles. And here's the thing, add a 15% recovery stone to her, and let's just see how much those shields impact the play in the battle. Now, for honorable mention, I think Kristoff is a good choice, as Kristoff is going to go ahead and help heal out Sven more, and in general, help heal himself whenever people die. So Kristoff's not a bad option either. All right, so we've talked about critical stones, and you're going to want to put the critical stones on characters that benefit outside of damage for getting critical hits. Now, again, these critical chance stones are going to do 2, 4, and 6% increases. And I'm going to go ahead and say Cora is a great decision for a stone. She's going to get an extra turn when she does crit. Damana is great. She applies dots when she crits, as well as Pete. And Shan Yu, well, obviously, you're going to get the turn meter reduction. So Shan Yu, if you don't have an offense stone or a speed stone, put a crit chance stone, not a bad idea. And now Dash is final. Yes, there's other stones out there for him, but if you want to get creative, a critical chance stone is going to help get his charges up faster and do a lot for his kit in general. If you ran out of stones, critical chance is a good idea for Dash. All right, now the last two categories are going to be pretty easy. Now you're going to have the health stone, and you know, health, again, it's good, but defense is typically better. Now you can put these on your highest health characters, and really everyone benefits from more health. Although it's not that much. It's about 1,000 to 2,000 more health, right? So Soli, Oogie Boogie, Mordu, Bo Peep, Jangles, you know, your lower end tanks, just like your defensive stones, put these on your lower end tanks or tanks in general. Make it harder for people to kill your tank teams in Conquest and other game modes. And we're going to wrap up with the Crit Power Stone. It's not good. Guys, this isn't a stone worth going for currently. It's going to increase your critical damage. But the problem that they didn't really look into with this is that your offense stones are going to do more for your character on those critical hits than the critical chance stone, or the critical power stones, that is. All right, so again, these stones are very poor, and you know, you're going to want to use this when there's a lot of guaranteed crits and or vulnerables on the field. If you had the choice, always go for awesome offense stone instead. There's no downside to them, but overall, you know, put these on characters that could gain more. I don't even have a top 5 for these. Again, characters that hit harder on crits is just about, well, everybody. So put those on maybe Jafar. He's got a higher crit damage. Go ahead and look at the highest crit damage people in the game and then put them on those if you have extra stones laying around. All right, so that's going to do it for the stones, guys. Hopefully you know everything you need to know about stones now, right? We know what stones are, we know where to get them, how to upgrade them, what characters to put them on. So now you're equipped, you're ready to go. Start learning, earning, and achieving these stones and put them on your favorite characters. But put them on your top 5 team first. Guys, I want to thank you again for coming on over, hanging out at the Cozy Club. Hang out with me more on Twitch, Discord, and social media. Guys, I also have the Patreon in the description if you guys want to help join and support the Cozy Club family. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. We're going to have some great videos next week. We're going to have the tier list coming out. So I'm excited to show you guys who my favorite characters are currently in DSA, and stones are only going to help that. Guys, again, appreciate you. Much love. We'll see you soon. Stay cozy and check out these awesome videos.